Hi, honey. I just wanted to remind you that Juliet's dance recital is this weekend, and she really wanted you to come and see her. It'll be the first time that she's done a recital as the lead dancer, and she's so looking forward to showing you everything she's learned. I just didn't know if you'd asked your boss yet to take the day off of work. I know that you have to work overtime sometimes, but she is your daughter, and she would love for her dad to see her dancing.
Oh, is that this weekend?
Yes, it starts at about 6 p.m., so it's not until the evening, so if you have any work that you need to do during the day, you should have plenty of time to do it. Is that okay?
Well, actually,
What? What is it?
look, I hate to do this, but I had no clue that it was Juliet's dance recital this weekend, so I agreed to go on a business trip for the company. It'll last all weekend.
What? But I've been telling you about this recital for weeks now. Juliet's been telling you every chance she's got. She's even been practicing for you. You can't not come to it. Is there nothing you can do to come? Surely you can rearrange the meeting or do it on Zoom or something? Or maybe you could get a coworker to go in your place? You just really need to be at your daughter's recital, Darren, as her father.
Look, there's nothing I can do to change it now. I forgot that the recital was this weekend, so I said I could go on this trip. You can't just ask me to change all of these plans last minute. It's simply not possible.
So that's it then? You're just going to abandon your daughter in one of the most important moments of her life?
There's nothing else that I can do.
Fine then. I hope your business trip is worth it. You can break the news to your daughter about why you won't be coming to watch her dance. I'm not going to be the one who disappoints her on your behalf again.
Lily,
Nope. If you want to put work before your own daughter, then you need to be the one to tell her that you're doing that.
fine, I will.
Great. I'm guessing you won't be home for dinner tonight? Again?
It's likely I won't be.
Yeah, I figured as much. Which is why I've only cooked enough for me and Juliet anyway.
Jeez, you make it sound like I'm being a terrible father or something. I'm the one at work here.
You do realize that I work 8 to 4 every day, and then, after that, I look after Juliet for the rest of that time. I talk with her, do fun activities with her, help her with her homework, and just generally be her mom, which I love doing. It's a lot harder than just sitting in an office and then saying that you can't be bothered to make your daughter's dance recital simply because you'd rather go on a business trip.
You know what, Lily? Whatever. I'm doing what's best for my family so that we can have money to live off of.
We've got plenty of money. What Juliet doesn't have is a father. She hardly knows you. Don't you want to spend time with your daughter?
Look, looking after a child is just something I haven't got time for at the minute. That's all it is. My work is very important, so it needs my attention.
Okay, fine. But don't say I didn't warn you when Juliet is suddenly 18 years old and moving out to live on her own at college. The years will fly by, and before you know it, you'll have missed all of the important moments in your daughter's life.
Enough with the mushy rubbish. She's 5. I hardly think she's going to be going out to become a doctor or whatever anytime soon. Now, if you don't mind, you've distracted me from my work long enough.
Very well. I guess I'll see you when I see you.
Hey babe, sorry I'm not in today. I just needed a day off to get ready for our weekend away. Are you all ready?
Oh, definitely. You have no idea how much I've been looking forward to this weekend. We're gonna have a very fun time.
Oh, I can't wait. You've not had any trouble convincing your wife where you're going, have you?
No, she's too stupid to figure it out. She thinks that I'm just going on a business trip. She even tried to guilt me into staying by saying that it's Juliet's dance recital this weekend. But honestly, it was either stay and watch a bunch of 5-year-olds, stumble around on stage, or go to a luxury, all-inclusive hotel with you for a weekend getaway. Which one sounds like the best option here, huh?
Well, I'm glad you chose right. Otherwise, I'd have been very upset if I had to go on my own.
Oh, I would have missed this weekend away for the world.
Good to know. I've got to get back to shopping, but I'll see you soon. Tonight, maybe?
Yeah, I told Lily that I'll be working overtime, so I've got a good cover.
Great. Just come on round when you're ready. You know where I live.
I'll be there soon.
Hello, is this Mr. Sinclair?
Yes, this is him. Who, might I ask, is this?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Lily Jacobs, Darren Jacobs' wife. He works for you. We met at the Christmas party.
Oh, yes, of course, Lily. How may I help you?
Oh, well, I was just wondering if you'd be able to send someone else away on the business trip this weekend. I know Darren is an important member of your team and everything, and that you trust him a lot, if the number of business trips he's been sent on is anything to indicate, but he needs to spend time with his family as well. And at the minute, he's too focused on impressing you that he's neglecting us. I know it's a lot to ask on such short notice, but it's his daughter's dance recital this weekend, and I was hoping you could give someone else the job of going on the business trip so that Darren could come and see it. Is there any way that's possible at all?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Jacobs, but I'm not quite sure I'm following you. Did you say that Darren's going away on a business trip this weekend?
Yes, that's right. He told me it was an important meeting that he had to go to.
I'm sorry to say this, but I've not scheduled any business trips for anyone. In fact, the last business trip was 5 months ago, and Darren definitely wasn't on it. We rarely travel too far now, only if the deal really needs to be done in person. Otherwise, we just use Zoom to do all of our meetings.
Hang on, let me get this straight. Darren isn't and hasn't been going on business trips all this time?
I'm afraid not. At least not for my company.
What about the overtime? Surely you've been asking him to do that?
Well, when we have some, sure, but we haven't had any overtime available for the last few months. We're pretty much all caught up with our work, so nobody's required to work overtime to catch up with anything.
I see. Well then, I'm sorry to disturb you so late, sir. I'll be going now. Thank you for humoring me. It's helped me realize quite a few things.
You're more than welcome. I'm just sorry I wasn't able to give you the news you were hoping for.
It's okay. It's not your fault.
Well, if this helps you any, I've seen him getting quite friendly with his secretary at work. A woman called Vanessa. I was gonna admonish him about it, actually, as it's not a proper workplace relationship and it's causing a distraction more than anything.
Vanessa?
Yes, that's right.
Well, thank you for your help, Mr. Sinclair.
It's okay. I hope you're able to sort things out for the better, for yourself and for your daughter.
I'll think of something. Thank you.
Okay, Lily, I'm heading off on my business trip now. You weren't at home, so I couldn't say goodbye, but I don't have the time to wait around.
Yes, I was busy taking Juliet to school.
Oh well, I'm off then. I won't be back for a few days.
Uh-huh. That's fine.
Really? Well, okay then. And you're sure you don't mind?
Not in the slightest.
Well then, I'll see you in a few days. Hey, Lily, is everything okay? You didn't message me the whole time I was away, and you didn't respond to my messages, so I didn't know if something had happened. I'll be home soon, so... How was Juliet's recital? Did she do well? Lily?
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, of course it's me. Who else would it be? Is everything okay? You seem a bit off.
Yes, well, I'm a bit busy at the moment. I don't have time to talk.
Oh, okay, no problem then. I guess I'll talk to you when I get home.
Uh-huh.
See you soon. Lily, I don't want you to panic, but I might be in a little trouble at work.
Oh, how come?
My boss, Mr. Sinclair, has just messaged me saying that he wants to talk to me tomorrow at work over my conduct in the office. He said that things had come to his attention that seriously needed to be addressed concerning me and one of the other workers in my office.
Well, surely it's nothing too serious. I'm sure he won't spend too much time talking with you.
You think?
I don't know. I'm just guessing. You'll have to see what he says tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm just pulling up to the house now, so I'll see you in a second. Lily, what's happened? What's going on? Where's all yours and Juliet's stuff? Why's the house basically been cleaned out? All that's left are the things that I own. How come? Lily, answer me right now.
Oh, well, you see, I know what you've been doing. what your so-called business trip this weekend actually was?
Huh?
You've been caught, Darren, and it doesn't look like things are going to be working out for you.
What do you mean? I don't know what you're on about.
You can drop the act now. I know that you've been cheating on me with your secretary, Vanessa, and that it's been going on for quite a while now. All of those business trips you've been going on, they were really just you sneaking away with your girlfriend.
I can explain.
Save it. I don't want your pitiful explanations. Besides, it's not me that you need to explain yourself to. It's Juliet. She might only be 5 years old, but she's not stupid. She knows that her dad hasn't been around and that he's been very neglectful.
Wait, have you told her anything?
No, of course not. I'm not horrible like that. I'm not going to tell my 5-year-old daughter that her daddy is sleeping with another woman. But it doesn't matter anyway. She hardly knows who you are. When you missed her recital, she didn't even ask about you. That's how little you are involved in her life.
But where have you gone?
We've moved. You don't need to know where for now.
But that's not fair. You can't just leave like that. You especially can't just take Juliet like that without telling me where. I'll get the courts involved.
I've already got the courts involved.
Huh?
Yeah, I knew that even though you don't care about Juliet and you've not been in her life since, well, pretty much since she was born, you'd still try and take full custody of her just to spite me.
I wouldn't.
We both know you would. But it doesn't matter, because I've put together a lot of evidence from over the last few months, showing how you've not been bothered with your daughter at all. You don't spend any time with her, you hardly buy her anything, and let's face it, you never wanted her to begin with.
That's not true. I do spend time with her.
When was the last time you spent any time with her? Precisely.
Hang on, what about that time I took her to the zoo?
I took her to the zoo for her 3rd birthday. You met us there, spent 5 minutes walking around with us, and then left. I hardly count that as bonding.
Children this age never remember anything anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Well, glad to know you regret not spending time with your daughter.
I had more important things to do.
Like Vanessa?
That's not...
Whatever. I'm done with this conversation anyway. Oh, your boss is a lovely man, though. After he realized what you've done, he'd offered to pay for a lovely little trip for me and Juliet to go on and spend some much-needed time away together. Honestly, we're having a blast. We've not had this much fun in ages. And now that I don't have to worry about you or what you want, I feel so much more free. I'm honestly looking forward to what the rest of my life brings.
Hang on, you're the one who told my boss?
I didn't tell him anything. I asked if he could let you swap your business trip with someone else, and he told me that he hadn't sent anyone on any business trips. I figured the rest out for myself.
But why does he want to talk to me then?
Otis is very family-oriented. So when he knew that you were cheating on me and leaving your daughter just to have fun with another woman, he was very angry. Legally, he can't do anything about you betraying me, as it is a personal matter. However, fooling around with a coworker and making the workplace volatile is something that he can deal with, seeing as it's his company and all.
That's not fair. I wasn't hurting anyone.
Well, I would say that you're wrong, but I don't think even Juliet cares if you're not around.
Oh God, but what am I gonna do? I don't want to be fired.
Well, that's your problem now. Me and Juliet have some swimming to do. See ya.
No, wait!
After that whole revelation, I took Juliet and moved in with my parents until I was able to get my own apartment for me and Juliet. It was tough going, becoming a single mom and all, but it was for the best. Darren was never around anyway, and I was fed up of coming up with excuses for him to tell our daughter. Juliet seems to be taking the move well, and she's as happy as ever. I divorced Darren and gained full custody of our daughter. If Darren wants to be involved in her life, then I won't stop him. However, I won't let him just walk in and out at his own convenience. Juliet deserves someone to either be there for her properly, or they can stay away and not keep disappointing her. As she gets older, I'll also let her make her own mind up on what she wants to do. After all, he is her dad. As for Darren, the last I heard was that he wasn't fired from his job, but he was demoted and forced to split up with Vanessa as workplace relationships were frowned upon. He now lives all alone in a big empty house, And whilst he might think that it's the best thing to happen to him and that he's free to do what he wants again, I have a feeling that he'll soon come to see everything he's lost. I can't believe he's done this, Sarah. I mean, it's been months now. How could my husband take my car and give it to his own mother? Doesn't he understand that I need to use it too?
I know, Emma. It's completely unbelievable. I mean, if he were my husband, I would have given him a piece of my mind about it all. Have you confronted him about it?
Yeah, I have. Multiple times. The first time I asked about it, he said it was a temporary arrangement and promised that his mom would return it soon. But that was months ago, and I still haven't gotten my car back. And since then, every time I even try to mention it, he just ignores me or gets super defensive about it, which always leads to an argument. I swear, every time I even think of mentioning it, he leaves the room or conveniently has to go out. It's like he can read my damn mind.
You probably have a tell or something. Like, your face probably gets all scrunched up like when you get mad or annoyed.
My face does not do that.
Yeah, it really does. It's kind of funny, to be honest.
Psst, you're lucky I like you.
Yeah, otherwise you'd be pulling that face at me.
I don't pull a face. Anyway, what should I do? I can't go much longer without my car. Trying to do chores like go grocery shopping or picking up Matthew is so much harder without being able to drive myself places. I'm having to use the bus, which is completely ridiculous. It's never on time, always crowded, and sometimes it even drives past the stop I need, or even after I've pulled the stop sign. There's one driver who I swear has it out for me. She never stops if she sees me running up to the bus, and even when I'm about to get on, she'll close the doors super fast that they almost squish me.
Huh. Well, she sounds like a right witch.
Tell me about it.
Look, in terms of your car, I think if your husband isn't willing to talk to you about it, and he keeps avoiding you, then you should go and get it back yourself.
Get it back myself?
Yeah, it's your car, so you have every right to go and get it. Your mother-in-law has no claim to it, and neither does Mark, I think. He didn't buy the car, did he?
No, it was definitely me. I signed the finance deals on it, so it's solely my property.
Well then, go and get your car back, girl. It's about time that you take it back, considering your mother-in-law has had plenty of chances and time to get her own car. She can't expect to just use yours for the rest of her life.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's been like 5 months already. I've given Susan plenty of time to sort something out for herself. If she hasn't done it by now, then it's her own fault. I need my car so that I can do everyday things. I'm fed up with carrying bags of food onto the bus only for Mark to complain that I've forgotten something, when in reality, I just couldn't carry anymore.
Well, let me know how it goes, okay? If you need backup, I'm here.
Thanks, Sar. You truly are a great friend. I'm lucky to have you. Once I have my car back, I'll even take you out for a little ride around whilst we sing terribly to our music. I've missed doing that with you.
Well, you can count me in. I've missed it too. I need to get my car karaoke on.
LOL, don't worry. It'll happen very soon.
Emma, what have you done? Why have you stolen my mom's car from her? I've literally just finished work, only to see that my mom has called me multiple times. I thought someone had died at first, but no, instead I find out that you've taken my mom's car from her. What's wrong with you?
Well, for starters, I've not stolen anything.
Then what do you call taking her car? She told me that you went around to her house, knocked on her door, and demanded that she give you her car keys. When she didn't, you simply stormed over to where they were and took them for yourself before driving off. Why would you do that?
Well, let me see. It could be because I was feeling particularly mean today and thought terrorizing your mom would be a fun way to spend my time. Or it could be because the car is actually mine. Or did you forget that? And for your information, I didn't demand that she give me the keys. And I didn't just storm in and take the keys for myself. I asked your mom, calmly and very kindly, if I could have my car back, as I have many things that I need to do and I need my car to get them done. She refused to give me the keys, saying that she needed the car more than I do, and she even tried to shut the door in my face. I think she's broken my toe, because my foot was in the way of the door. I'm actually in the hospital at the moment to see if it's broken. Anyway, once she did that, I had enough. I did make my way into her home, but I didn't push her or anything, and and I didn't take anything except for my car keys.
Well, maybe if you hadn't been acting so rude and disrespectful, you wouldn't have broken your toe.
I didn't do anything. It was your mom who was acting rude and disrespectful.
She would never do that. But even if she was, I think it's understandable considering you just taken her car keys.
They are my keys. I was the one who bought this car. I'm the one who pays the finance on it, so I am allowed to decide who gets to drive it and when I can take it back.
Are you seriously being that selfish? My mom needs that car so that she can get around because hers broke down. I told you this months ago when I first gave my mom the car.
Yes, I know that. But you also said that she would only need it for a week or two, maximum. She's had it for over 5 months now.
Well, she's not been able to find a car that she likes the look or feel of. It's a complicated thing, buying a car, you know? So the least you could do is show her a little bit of sympathy while she finds the perfect car for her.
You say that every time you give your mom something of mine. Like the sweater that I had bought myself a little while ago. Apparently, according to you, she said that she liked the sweater and so she took it for herself because, according to her, I could simply buy myself another one. Only, that sweater was a one-of-a-kind item that I had ordered for myself from a little independent shop. It cost me $70, and when I went to order myself another one, at my own cost, mind you, your mother never reimbursed me for the one she took, they were discontinued. And funnily enough, I've never seen your mom wearing that sweater at any instance that I've seen her.
You're not still going on about that sweater, are you? Look, it's just a stupid sweater. It wasn't a big deal. Besides, I don't know why you're getting so upset. You not want me to treat my mom nicely and help her out when she needs it?
Treating your mom nicely would be taking her shopping to buy her own clothes or to find a car that she can buy for herself, not giving her my things. Besides, I'm not upset that you gave her my sweater and my car. Well, I am, but I'm mainly upset that you did it without even asking me. Do you not see how that is a complete violation of my trust in you? If you're so willing to just take my things without asking and give them away, then how can I trust you with anything important to me? How will I know that you won't just give it to your mom if she decides that she likes it and that she wants it?
Well, yes, but it's my mom, so it's fine. She's a very important person to me, so I should be able to treat her to things and make her feel good, especially since my dad's death. My mom's been so sad and lonely since then, so I'll happily do anything to make sure that she cheers up and starts being happy again.
What? So you'd happily do whatever your mom asked you to, even if it meant upsetting me?
Yes, she's the most important woman in my life.
Oh my god. How could you say that? Do you not hear how horrible you sound? I mean, I get that she's your mom and all, and that she's an important person in your life. My mom is the same to me. But I'm your wife, so I should be quite important to you as well. Do you not care if I'm not happy?
Well, it's not that I don't care, but if it's between you and my mother, I'll always pick my mother. She did raise me after all.
Wow. You know what? I'm really learning a lot about you right now, and I'm not sure if I like it or not.
Well, regardless of if you do or not, you need to return the car to my mom. She needs it, so you will just have to make do without it, okay?
No. I'm not just giving your mom my car.
As your husband, you have to do what I say. And I'm telling you to give your car to my mom.
You know what? Fine.
Huh?
You heard me. Your mom can have my car.
Well, that's good.
Yep, that's just how kind I am.
Well, after how upset you made my mom earlier, it's probably best if I come by and grab the car and drop it off to her house. I don't think she'll want to see you at the moment.
That's completely understandable. You can take it to her.
Well, okay then. Good to know that you can be a good housewife and listen to your husband every now and then.
Yep, LOL.
Well, I'll be home soon then to pick up the car. Just leave the keys by the door and I'll be as quick as I can. If you're lucky, I might be able to smooth over this whole thing with my mom and we'll be able to go back to normal. Just don't go being crazy again, okay? I really can't be dealing with it in all of your moods.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'll see you soon then.
See you soon.
Haha, I win.
Huh? Susan? What are you on about?
As if you don't know, I've won. I got your car. It's mine now. You thought you were so smart coming and taking it back, but all I had to do was shed a few fake tears and whine a little bit, and my son went and got it back for me. LOL. You honestly had no hope of keeping it.
Oh, that's okay. You can have it.
I don't need your permission to have the car. I know I can have it. I can have whatever I want of yours. All I have to do is ask my son to get it for me.
Yes, well, Brandon's just had a nightmare, so I need to go and calm my son down and put him back to bed. You can keep gloating if you want, but I'm not going to be able to respond as I've got much more important things to do.
You can try and act all high and mighty if you want, but we both know that you're incredibly annoyed that I've won once again. Just like with that horribly ugly sweater. Did you know that I threw that sweater away? I thought it was so ugly. I only wanted it because you had it.
Yeah, I know.
Well, why aren't you more annoyed then?
I told you, I've got more important things going on in my life than being bothered by you. I'm simply just not going to let you get to me.
Huh? Well, whatever. I don't need to rub it in anyway. I'm classier than that.
You keep thinking that.
What do you mean by that?
Nothing. You don't have to worry about it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the car. Good night, Susan.
Whatever. You'll crack eventually.
So you just gave her your car? Are you crazy? Now she's going to think she can keep messing with you no matter what.
Don't worry, Safi. I've got it all planned out. Just sit back and watch the show.
Oh, you sound devious. I look forward to seeing what you conjure up.
Hopefully it all goes to plan. I mean, I've already implemented the first part of it.
What do you mean?
Well, to officially give Susan my car, I've had to make sure that all of the paperwork is in her name as well. She needs to be the main car holder, and she has to take over all of the payments for the car too. And it's got quite a while left for the payments, considering it was a relatively new car when I bought it.
Oh wow, that's hilarious. So she's going to have to take over all of the payments?
Or have the car repossessed.
LOL, she won't be happy about that.
No, definitely not. But that's not the only thing I'm going to do.
What else do you have in mind?
Well...
Emma, why is there no food in the house? I've literally got nothing for breakfast. Have you not done any shopping recently? Also, why isn't Brandon at school? Didn't it start at like 9?
Yeah, it did. And no, I've not been shopping.
Well, why not?
Because I can't get to the shops.
What do you mean you can't get to the shops?
Well, I have no car, so I can't drive to the shops to get the groceries. The same goes for taking Brandon to school and doing anything else outside of the house, really.
But you can use the buses, can't you? You did for ages. Why can't you use them now?
Well, I'd love to, but you see, the bus routes have changed. Not to mention they're on strike for the next few days. Or was it weeks? Well, it doesn't make a difference, considering they no longer swing by the stops I'd usually get off at.
What do you mean they've changed the stops?
Exactly what I said. They no longer go the route to the shops. The closest stop is about 30 minutes away on foot. The same is for Brandon's school. And both me and Brandon don't feel comfortable walking all by ourselves in the early morning to get the bus. I mean, it takes an hour just to get to the closest stop, and another 30 minutes on top, and we'd have to leave the house at 7:30 to get to school on time.
But that's ridiculous.
I know, that's exactly what I thought. So because we don't have a car, me and Brandon will just have to stay home.
Can't you get a taxi?
Every day, twice a day. Do you know how much that would cost?
Okay, so you can't do that.
Nope. If only I had a car so that I could complete these errands. Oh well, we don't have the money to buy a second car.
I can see what you're doing, and it's not gonna work.
What's not going to work?
You're trying to guilt trip me because I made you give your car to my mom.
I would do no such thing.
Yeah, look, I get it, okay? I'll try and get the car back off of her so we can go back to a normal routine. I don't like the fact that we've got no food and Brandon's not at school, so Obviously, we need to rectify this, and if the bus and taxis are out, then the only other option is to get the car back.
Well, what a great idea.
Please, I'm sorry, okay? Please stop being so sarcastic. I messed up. I shouldn't have let my mom manipulate me like she did. I should have stood up for you.
Look, I'm not going to say that everything is okay, because it's not. You siding with your mom like that really hurt me, and it broke my trust in you. If we want to be a strong couple, we need to stand together, through thick and thin. I still love you even though you can be a pain in the backside. So I'm willing to try going to couples therapy with you.
Okay, I'm willing to try. For you.
Thank you. Now go and get our car so I can get some food. I'm starving.
Yes, ma'am.
Just like we promised, me and Mark went to couples therapy to try and work through our problems together. It was a lot of hard work, but we eventually discovered that most of our problems stem from one person, Mark's mother. After discovering that, we both promised to be a strong front when dealing with her, and so far, it's worked out great. We are much happier now that she isn't controlling our relationship. Even though what Mark did was wrong, sometimes it's better to work through your problems together and not to give up on the relationship, especially if you still love the person.